Welcome back to another episode of Producergrind Podcast. Carrington with me.
Yo.
My boy JB with me.
What's good?
And we got a special guest in the building here today. Bros work with A Boogie, Drake, Kodak, Don Q, PNB Rock,
Who else?
Russ,
Who else?
Chief Key.
Who else?
Please welcome Ness.
Thank you for having me.
Good,
man.
bro. Already, bro. Appreciate you pulling up.
Thank you.
And this is a special episode because, you know what I mean, we come from the same place. Rochester, hell yeah. My boy right here, Romeo, behind the camera. He from Rochester too, so it's a whole Rochester vibe going on.
Mm-hmm.
What part of Rochester you from?
Well, like I grew up mostly like in the main of the city, but during like 6th grade, I moved out to Brighton. You know,
Oh, okay.
where Brighton is, yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And I graduated from the high school. So, yeah.
So for the people that don't really know much about Rochester, like how, you know, you've been a few places other than Rochester since then. How would you describe the difference between Rochester from any other place you kind of have been?
But like Rochester is like a small place, so it's like one thing is it's like it's not much hope there really because not a lot of good things came out, but it's a lot of talent there definitely, and like that's my goal. Like I want to just like motivate people, inspire people, just like give more like opportunities and doors. Just like I'm just trying to make sure people like feel. Damn, I'm trying to see what I'm trying to say.
Nah, you good. You good.
Like feel like they got a chance.
Yeah, like give them hope.
Right.
So I feel like the past years, there's not much shit going down, and like they see me coming up, and like now more people into music. I feel like people taking it more serious now. Like before, it's like more like a hobby for people. A lot of people see that like social media and stuff, you can like take it farther. So I think that's why they really taking it serious now.
Yeah, and it's dope because it's actually like some young artists out there that are getting like hundreds of thousands of views, and that was never really happening. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
If an artist did 30,000 views or 80,000, you know what I mean? That was amazing for Rochester, you know what I'm saying? So what are some things you like about the Rochester music scene, and what are some things you would change?
I feel like it's a lot of artists with talent and a lot of people have their own style. The thing I would change is I really wouldn't change much except just put into people's head that like the beef ain't worth it. Like we should all just be trying to get money and just like put our talents out there because like the beef really stopping everything. The beef stops people from connecting with each other. And like with me, I don't care about that beef stuff. So I'm trying to work with everybody to try and link everybody up. I'm trying to just do the right thing. But definitely people's style, like I feel like nobody has the same style as like other places. And that's what like makes Rochester.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Well, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think from being from Rochester, like we see that you sample like a lot. That Patty Cake track, like that was one of my favorite beats I heard like in a minute. So like, do you think growing up in New York has that influenced you to like, especially in your production?
Not really, to be honest. Like most of the samples, I don't even sample much no more because like just clearing stuff is so much, and like, that whole process was crazy. Like the song KMT almost didn't drop because of sampling. That's a Sonic sample.
Yeah.
So like most of my samples come from video games because
like Sonic's the Hedgehog.
Oh, that's fine.
So they had to clear it with the
Nintendo. Or
that's crazy.
So like most of my samples come from video games because like that just represent me. I'm a video game head. I like doing stuff like that represents me. Like putting my personal stuff into my music that like separates me from other people because I'm not the same as nobody else.
What other like obstacles like has sampling cut into how much money and royalties you get off of records and stuff like that?
Definitely that, and there's a lot of stuff that sampling does. It just I feel like it just slows down the process, like that business process. That's the only thing I don't like about the music industry. Like that just I feel like that takes away from my like inspiration. Like sometimes I don't even want to do music because of that, because that process. Because my beginning of college, like when I signed with HighBridge, like most of that business stuff, I was doing that by myself, like during college. Like I was signed with them, but they wasn't really helping me on the business side. It was like helping me more get my music out.
Yeah.
But I was doing all that. So like I was drained with college and just to work. So it's just a lot. But I'm more familiar with everything now. So it's like, it's easier.
Talk to us about your situation with HighBridge. How did that come about?
My situation with HighBridge, I found out about Boogie from Snapchat. And because one of my friends was playing his music, And then I was like, "Yo, this fire! Like I never heard like this type of melody and stuff." Now he told me who he was, so I searched his Instagram up. He had his email, so I just sent him some beats. He hit me up that same night, and then we just been working ever since then. And then like probably a few months later, they signed me. We talked about signing to sign me, so that's how it all started.
So they had approached you like, "Hey man, we like how did that come about? Like tell us about the conversation."
I don't even remember how the conversation went. I think we just kept making songs, and it just seemed like that my style just worked with them, and like the chemistry was just right. So, and that was my first time ever like seeing like those crazy views. So it was just like, man, this is it right here.
Yeah.
So that's what I was thinking.
Okay,
so like, go ahead.
It's not related to this, but have you ever had a situation where a sample couldn't be cleared, and it like made a situation where you weren't able to receive royalties from a track?
All the samples that I did, like for placements, they all got cleared. Like most of the time with the samples, like I'll have somebody for the piano samples that I did, have like somebody that does the piano to do it over, but in like a different tone or the musicology stuff. I don't know about that much, but just like to clear it so it don't get sued.
Somebody takes the sample and plays it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I did with the patty cake. Yeah, I did that with patty cakes.
Oh, okay.
So going back to talking about signing, like was it like what you expected it to be? Like, cause that's a goal for a lot of producers. Like,
fact. I was expecting a little bit, some stuff, but then some things I didn't really expect. I'm not signed with them no more because my contract ended in October. But like when I came into like signing with them in like the industry, everything like new to me. So I was just like, I'm a quiet person, so I just sit and just soak things in.
Yeah.
That's how I learn. But I really just expected them to like really like, how some artists and producers really got that bond, like where they just like
Take Keith and Block Boy,
yeah,
Chief Keef and Chop.
It wasn't really like that with me and Boogie. Like, yeah, our vibes and our songs was fire, but like, he wasn't really promoting me like how that was. But like as like the years kept going, like I just realized that I can't be dependent. Like I just figured out that I gotta make my own way. Like my name just being associated with them helped me out the most. Like most of the things I did by myself, but that's how I got like all the placements and stuff, like just being associated with them. But I definitely like that was the best thing I ever did. Like to be honest, that was the worst. It was the worst, like probably contract money wise.
Yeah.
Cause I'm being honest, like growing up with two parents, like I ain't really had to like work to do shit to get money. So like it was $5,000 for 2 years.
$5,000 for 2 years?
For 2 years.
That's it.
Yeah, that was my advance. But like I'm a college kid. I was on the basketball team. So like that money didn't really affect me that much. So just like looking at it now, like I'm more experienced with stuff. So I'm like, yeah, $5,000 for 2 years.
Definitely appreciate you keeping it real, because a lot of producers come out here and they don't want to talk about those.
That's not even minimum wage.
That's a fact. But
so then you're saying
I would have never got the stuff I got now, like working with Drake, Kodak, and all
that came from that situation.
Yeah, that's the best thing I ever did. Like sign the worst contract, but I ain't saying sign the worst contract. I was just I was just young and I didn't really know the business like that. But now I'm like in tune with everything.
So go ahead.
Did you feel like when you went to go sign it that you felt like they knew that you didn't know? Like they knew that you weren't experienced?
I feel like they definitely knew that because like I didn't know anything about like I didn't know I had to get a lawyer for that. And like they signed my lawyer.
So you
like,
just
they signed. Yeah, I was just clueless with everything. I was doing music really. Like I started making beats in 6th grade, but like it was really like a hobby because basketball was like my number one passion. And then like sophomore year of college is when I signed, and ever since then like. It's like more like a job, even though I love it, so I don't really call it a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talk to us about, being in college. What were you, a freshman or what?
Yeah, freshman year, that's when our first song, Not a Regular Person, came out. And then like the beginning of sophomore year, that's when I signed.
Gotcha. Now talk to us about your mindset during this time. Did you ever have thoughts of dropping out
Yeah.
Why did you choose to not?
Thank God you didn't though.
And that was on my mind like every second, especially like after the Drake song. I was like, I got a Drake song. Why I'm still here?
Yeah.
But my grandma, that's my real reason for like staying. Cause like they're educators. My mom a principal. My grandma was she was a principal and she was a superintendent of like whole school district.
So you got a lot of pressure.
So, like, education like first for them. So
Yeah.
I respect that too. But like now I like really see that education is like it's good. Cause my major is media studies. It's like I do editing, like video stuff, like that's all related to music in a way. So I know like that can take me to different industries, like doing beats for like movies and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You do the visual side of things too then?
Mm-hmm.
As though can you draw and stuff like that?
I used to draw as a kid. I used to draw like cartoons like Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon and stuff like that. But I stopped. I don't know why I stopped. And I'm trying to pick it up again.
One thing that's real cool that I know, like even that I experienced too at Georgia State is like being in college, you're able to speak that language. Like not a lot of people can speak like a lot of the business language. Like
True.
Just being your own entrepreneur, you may not know certain words and certain phrases, but in school you have to know those definitions. So I definitely give you an edge, leg up. You feel like in the industry that you're in now, like in the music industry, do you feel like college will still like? You feel like the benefits are still rolling out, like are still kind of being revealed as you get older and older?
Yeah, that's what I'm learning more. Like, cause my classes I take. I'm in the class, I was last semester, a class called Writing for Writing for Film, something like that.
That's cool. Like creative writing type of thing?
Yeah, like writing scripts and stuff like that. I never thought I would get into that, but that's kind of interesting. And like, I could just see myself doing a lot with that.
Yeah.
And I got like a design class where you learn like typography, like why different words look right. And there's all that stuff that makes sense to me, like with music and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So you in your senior year?
Mm-hmm.
And so, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, it sounds like just being exposed to so much more than just producing, because I feel like a lot of people can just get stuck being like, just got to make beats, but it could be a pathway to something so much bigger.
Hell yeah.
That's usually what I do though. Like, I'm so used to just making like so many beats in a day. Like that's how I started when I started making beats, making so much beats. But as the years go on, I make like less beats because I focus more on like making sure everything sound right, because like the music really getting heard. So I just wanted to be the best as possible.
Yeah.
Like, so I used to cook up like 5 minutes, but I don't really see the point of that if I'm trying to make like quality.
What do you spend the most time on? Like structuring, mixing? What do you spend the most time on?
I probably spend the most time on just coming up with all the sounds and like the patterns and stuff. Cause like the arrangement, I feel like that's not really hard because you just gotta listen and see what feels right to you, like the vibe. You just gotta blast the music and then just vibe to it, and that's really how you do it. I feel like you don't really need like a structure, like how the songs are, like intro, hook. It could be whatever. Like that's just up to you. Like music don't have no rules.
Mm-hmm. So talk to us about like, you know, being in school and chasing placements. Like tell us about like some of the difficulties and have you like slipped in certain areas?
Yeah, the most difficult thing is social media. I'm not gonna lie, like, because like, you know, just looking on social media, you see producers that's not in school doing like big things. I get to you sometimes, like, dang, I know I could be doing this, but I'm in school, so like, my head be messed up all the time, and I know like once I graduate, I'm gonna be fine and I'm gonna have like everything I need. But like, this is probably the most challenging time of my life, like college.
Yeah.
Because I've been wanting to leave since like freshman year.
Yeah.
And, like when the basketball thing didn't work out, like that was my whole passion. Like I wanted to go to NBA and all that. But I was a walk-on, so I already knew how I was going to be. So I wasn't going to play. So yeah, I'm like just going through a lot during this college time, but it's making me a better person.
Has there been times where like you were supposed to fly out to a place or something like that, New York or LA or something, but you couldn't because you had a project or a test or something like that?
Yeah, that happened a lot of times, but like,
damn,
the worst thing that happened was I was supposed to go to Toronto with A Boogie, and like that's when they visited at 40, and I think maybe Drake too, but I couldn't go because I got a call from like my mom, like my grandma passed away.
Damn.
Yeah, so I was like, dang, this is like a crazy opportunity, but this is my mom, it's my grandma.
Right.
So like I had to take the train. I was gonna drive back, but I don't think I could do it. I would have been like crying the whole time.
Yeah.
I feel like in those situations, man, it just like it wasn't the time and place. It wasn't supposed to happen. You know what I mean? That's how I feel like you got to look at those things.
Yeah, that's how I look at everything. Like everything meant to be. Like whatever happened, that's how it's supposed to be. So that's why I don't get mad at things, because I know if that happened, that was supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be.
It's kind of like a little test too to see like what you value. It's like you can either go here or go here. Which one do you value?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You tweeted that you actually lose motivation to make beats around this time of year.
Yeah.
Can you talk to us about that a little bit?
Yeah. So like, I think it's really just the cold, and that cold will get you. I'm not gonna lie, and that's working out too. I figured out that like working out like helps your creativity, and I used to work out a lot because of basketball, but like now I don't play basketball. I'm like, I don't really need to work out, and it messes with you if you're stressed and you're not really releasing them. I don't know the word, endorphins or something. They could probably be at me, but whatever. But.
What are some things you do to get over that creative block?
I just listen to different type of music, like collabing. I might take a break. Not too long though, but sampling. It's a lot of things, but basically those.
You say you don't really sample no more, you saying?
Yeah.
So what VSTs and stuff do you use for your melodies?
My melodies, Omnisphere, Electra X. I don't use Nexus no more because like, don't you gotta use some USB thing for it to?
You talking about iLock?
Not the iLock.
You said Omnisphere?
For Nexus, it's like some USB thing you need.
For real?
Like when you pay for it, it's like you gotta.
It's like the iLock?
It's like something you need to use Nexus.
Sounds like an iLock.
Usually people got the cracks.
It's like a licensor, USB licensor or something like that.
Yeah, iLock, yeah,
that.
Well, I don't use Nexus like that, but I didn't know they had that now.
But definitely that. And like recently over like the years, when I come down here to visit, like with Boogie, like he be with some like top 10 producers. I think he said top 10, but like some top producers, and I just see like what they use. They use some stuff that people don't even know about, and it's like people don't even share what they got. But it's like so much VSTs. Like that's another one.
Any favorite expansion packs?
Sound designers.
I have like
VSTs.
some that I like, but I don't really remember their names like that because I just
go to them.
Yeah, I just go to them. But
are you always looking for new packs or like new sounds? Are you one of those guys that always?
Nah, not all the time. Like I use what I have. Like I probably use it up. Like when Omnisphere becomes like, dang, I already use this sound, then that's when I start looking for new things. But other than that, like I just use the sounds that I have and just keep tweaking with them. It's just like it's not what you have, it's what you do with them.
You use melodies and loop. Do you use loop kits like melody loops, MIDI loops? I mean,
no, I don't use loop kits or under that, but I have used a loop before. I just feel like with that, it's not me. So I just want to give the music that's me. Like I'll use loops from other producers, like if they send it to me sometimes, but most of the time I just like making like my own stuff from scratch because that's just me, and I feel like I don't want to get away from that. Just my sound.
Would you describe your sound as a New York sound?
No, I want to describe it as New York. I don't even know how to describe it because I just make beats depending on the mood or the vibe. I used to make beats for like a certain artist that I can hear on there or something, but now I just make like whatever I feel, and then after I'll be like, okay, I hear this person on it.
Gotcha.
So I feel like that really changed like everything. I don't make beats like for a person. I make beats just for myself, and then like after I can hear like a certain person, that's what I send it to.
Do you play the keys or do you click in?
I click in, but I be trying to mess with the keys, but I had like a piano class. I ain't really learned nothing though. So I just think I need to just have time to myself to do that. Because I learn better self-teaching myself, I feel.
You clicking them in FL?
So talk to us about like the current state of New York sound, because I feel like a lot of people, the first New York artist they mentioned is like A Boogie. He's kind of holding it down. Obviously 6ix9ine was on the ride. What are your thoughts on, the New York music scene right now?
I think it's just growing. Like more cats is coming up. a lot of people compare like the new generation of like New York to like Boogie because like the melodies and how they sound. And most of the cats coming up from New York like young, so they got that tone in their voice, like how Boogie came up. So people give them like the category like they sound like Boogie, but sometimes it's just like it's just the melody. It's not really how they sound. But I know they're gonna eventually like grow into their own lane. Like that's how most artists I feel are like. They like people relate them to a certain artist, but eventually they like go into their own lane. So even with producers, because Metro is my favorite producer now, but not Sonny, Lex Luger is like who gave me the inspiration to start making beats. Like the trap song with him and Waka, like that's all people knew at that time. And so it's like, that's how producers start, like the trap. And then once they really find themselves, that's when they branch off.
And then how do you feel about TCF and the Griselda movements, you know, and they're kind of putting upstate New York on the map, and they kind of have their own New York sound. They're kind of like, you know, on that old school kind
I've
of.
never even heard of them.
Never heard of them? Griselda, Westside Gun, Conway, and them from Buffalo, or like 38 Special and them from.
I heard about 38. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, upstate, they don't really talk about many people from upstate. Like that's the crazy part. Upstate don't really talk about like people in their areas. Like they talk about people that's popping, like Atlanta, people in New York City, like LA. That's what I'm trying to change. Like there's a lot of talented people in upstate. Just feel like they don't really believe in themselves. It's like it's more like they try to sound like this wave to get on, but I feel like they just gotta be original. That's like how you go the farthest in longevity, is just being original. Because once the wave drop, it's like, what you gonna do? Follow the next wave, or just start your own wave and just keep it pushing? Like even when you die, it's gonna be a wave like that.
So I got a question for y'all New Yorkers, right? So when y'all saying uptown and Rochester,
Upstate.
or upstate, okay. All I think, when I think of New York, in my head, you know, just like a lot of people, all I think is New York City. Do not a lot of artists, I guess it is a far drive, but they're not coming to New York, like actually into the city to record at those studios to link up with artists or anything?
What, from Rochester?
Yeah, I guess from Rochester or from upstate.
There's a lot of people that, you know, go to New York City, you know, whether they rap, make beats, or do films and stuff.
Is there a big music scene in the actual city, or is it more like out in the suburbs area?
You mean in the city of Rochester?
No, in the city of like, is it New York City?
Oh, see, I don't know too much about New York. I'm from, you know, Rochester's about 5-6 hours away. So you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm saying when we say we're from New York City, people imagine that we're like
in the
from,
city.
Yeah, like Brooklyn or something like that. But you know what I mean? It's like a whole completely other part of the state. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Same as the vibe.
Yeah, hell yeah. It's a real small city, like just a small little poor city. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of got more of like, I'd say like a Cleveland vibe or something like that. I don't know if you've ever been there or something like that. But you know what I mean? Like just a small little city.
So do y'all ever pay attention to artists from New York City, like the actual city?
That's what we're talking about, like A Boogie, and you know what I mean, artists. Like
so he's
that.
from the city.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no like, you can't really name any famous rappers from Rochester. Like,
I don't think there's anybody really except 38.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, 38 in Class. You know what I mean?
Well, I know I had a question. You were talking about you was in the studios and you saw some VSTs that people had never seen before. Is there any like VSTs or like? Everyone knows, like, if you're first getting into producing, you know, I got to get Nexus, or I got to get Omnisphere. Is there any ones that you would suggest that are like, yo, go try this out before going to spend $600 on Nexus or doing what you do to get Nexus or Omnisphere?
Yeah, before I could get those, I was using like Purity, Hypersonic.
Oh, yeah, I remember Hypersonic.
Yeah, I ain't used that in a minute.
Right, sort of forgot about that.
Hypersonic.
Did you ever have 80-roll orchestra?
I had that. Yeah,
Edo-roll orchestra.
Yeah, that has a fly flute in it.
Where like
that one flute.
But every time you save the beat, the preset would go back to the phone.
You gotta go refine it.
You so mad.
That was that like flute era, the brass, and all that shit.
I had Gladiator. I think Gladiator. What else? I had something called Firebird. You know that?
Yeah. That's tone. Those are all tone too.
I ain't never heard of Firebird.
Same people that make Electra.
Like Rob Papin.
I don't think I tried that.
Another one you're talking about.
He got
I try that.
He didn't make Purity or nah.
That's start with an L.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Luminix or something.
Yeah,
like that. Something like that. Whatchamacallit, would you put anything on the master channel?
No, I don't put nothing on the master channel except if I want to automate like gross beat. That's the only time I do it. Other than that, I don't put like no compressor or anything like that on it, because I think it'll like mess up the mix if you don't do it right. Because I don't really know like what all the buttons mean, so I know I'm gonna mess it up.
Let me ask you a question. Maybe you still might have this, but when you first started, did you have it where you would like create it, on your speakers at home, but then you go play it in the car somewhere and it just sounds off?
Probably my
too much
like
bass or something like that.
Earlier stages probably, but most of the time, in my earlier stages, I wasn't even exporting like my beats because it took me like a while to learn stuff because I was just so young and there wasn't as much information on producing as it is now. Like when I was coming up, like learning how to export took me like 5 years because I didn't even know what export meant. Like in 6th grade, like
dang.
So I see producers starting like they starting now and they getting it quicker. So it's like it's crazy.
So going back to talking about your artist, your next up artist list. When you say those artists that you believe in, what do you judge as this is an artist I believe in? Like what characteristics do they have to have?
Characteristics. I gotta like you as a person too. Like I don't like just making music with you just because you got money. Because I feel like with my beats, because I worked on it so long and like I really put time into it. I don't think everybody can do justice to my beats. So I really work with who I feel like can do justice to my beats, and like I also look at like how you carry yourself, like humble or not, because that just all takes the part in the role for me. But I like when artists, you can't tell what the next song gonna sound like really. And if you can tell, I probably won't be like wanting to work with you because I just like working with people that like versatile people. Really, I like working with people that are versatile. Like there's no limit to their creativity. Yeah.
So would you say 6ix9ine falls under that category? Because all his music kind of sounds different. He's definitely got some styles.
Yeah, he got some versatility. Yeah, I definitely work with 6ix9ine. Like, not because of who he is, but I just feel like my sound and just other people's stuff would just be a different kind of vibe.
What are your thoughts on him as a New York artist?
I don't even know. Like, definitely got the New York slang and everything, but I don't even know.
Would you say he was on his way to becoming like the biggest artist in New York? King of New York?
I want to say like King of New York, music-wise, like king of like entertainment, really. Like his music is not like A Boogie. Like you can tell like the experience and like how much work they really put in. Like his music, like it go deeper than what you hear. Like with 6ix9ine, some stuff probably go deeper, but you can just tell like how much work people put in, like how serious they are about it. And most of this stuff came from like the entertainment. Like that's really like I feel like what caught his buzz. Like the yelling definitely, but the entertainment like really caught it. Social media, that's what it's all about. Like entertainment, that's what everybody want to see. The trolling, like we definitely started some. I wouldn't say it's new, but that's like a newer wave, like the trolling wave.
How y'all feel about when y'all see them? Have y'all seen those videos where 6ix9ine he'll rap, like it'll be like a verse in his song, and then there'll be like an underground artist doing a street battle, and it's word for word exactly what he has in his song.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah,
y'all seen? It's been a couple of them. How y'all feel about that?
I think I only might have seen it once. I think when I seen it, I was like, damn.
That's kind of the same reaction I had. But no, I was thinking though, it's like he performed it better though. Like, I mean.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's okay to steal, but
they say the best artist steal, right?
I'm not surprised. I feel like the best artist gotta have a reference track.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's simple. Like
Drake be doing it.
It's true. Like when people say like history always repeat itself.
Right.
Like the song from 2010 is probably the next hit is probably that, but just like revamped.
Yeah.
But then it's also it's also cool too is like it also shows like the different roles there are in creating a song, because some people are good at making a song, but then there's the artist is the performer for a reason. Just because you're a songwriter, you can come up with a great song doesn't mean you can perform it as well as the performer can.
That's real shit.
That's true.
Yeah.
You might just not look good as them, or you know what I'm saying? Like, it might be that simple.
Just not have the swag. Not have
true.
the song.
You don't have that star quality or whatever.
That's why like originality, everything, like you gotta be yourself, and it's always gonna be authentic.
Yeah. You had tweeted that you really don't like going back and changing beats that you made a minute ago. Talk to us about that. You said you ruined the nostalgia or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, you ruined the nostalgia.
I had to, like when I tweeted, I had to search that word up, make sure I said it right. But yeah, like sometimes when I go back, because the mixes don't be right, because I'm better at mixing now, but I still, it's like, I don't want to mess with it because it loses that memory from when I created it. And that's like the moment, that's like the special thing about it. I feel like if I edit it, it's like, dang, it's not the same beat no more.
Right.
So I just like leaving it, even if the mix bad, like, oh well, that's how I like.
I feel that.
We also saw that you this was something that was interesting. They had tweeted it's about the producer saying that the whole world needs to know how much of an important role that a producer plays. You want to expand on that a little bit? Because I think I actually just got asked this question the other day. This dude was like, what does a producer actually do?
Yeah.
And I was trying to explain to him, but I don't think he was really trying to hear it.
Yeah, so like, a producer and beat maker, I feel like those two different things. Like a beat maker just makes a beat for the artist, and like a producer, like if he's in a studio, like he'll guide the artist in the direction that they see the song going in. That's why I kind of feel like a producer is like they like help the record instead of just producing the beat for the artist. Like they help everything go in the right way. But producers, they like important. Like without the beat, this would be straight acapella, and nobody want to hear acapella like on the radio or whatever.
All right.
There's so much stuff that go into producing. Like with the post, I think y'all posted. We start out blank, like a blank canvas, and just got to make whatever from it. Like that's the hardest part. Like finding, like how do people they look at me, they be like, how do you just start from like nothing on the canvas and just create like this masterpiece? Like you really gotta put your effort into it, and like, you really gotta learn like all the stuff. That's another part. Like a lot of producers ask me, how do you do like the sound selection? Like how do you like format your beats and how do you make it better? But like the trick to it is you gotta learn the software before you can really put everything into it. Because like if you don't know the software, you won't know like how to flip things the way you want it to be flipped. And it's like, you can't do much if you don't know the software. It's like you're just experimenting. And once you know the software, you can do everything that you need to do.
How do y'all feel about it was a couple weeks ago, I had reposted someone that left a comment saying that a lot of people got it messed up saying by calling themselves a producer. Just because they made a beat. They said that if you just make a beat and you send it off, then that just basically makes you a songwriter. And if you think about it, if you go back to like, like the Quincy Jones days and all that stuff, like if you like came up with like a backtrack, like maybe you laid a guitar down, laid a little drum track and kind of just made a song, like that didn't make you the producer of the record, that made you this like just a songwriter. Composer, like, you know what I mean? Like, and I kind of like, I definitely feel the point they're saying. Because, a lot of times it's just like, like we write a little, we write, we make the beat, that's writing, and then we just send it, and then, you know what I mean? Like it's other stuff that happens,
I think I explained it to the dude like this. I said, it's like a producer, to be a true producer is kind of like being a safari tour guide. You got to kind of guide the entire creative process. It's not just, okay, here's your car, go drive through the safari wherever you want to go. It's like, no, watch out, there's lions over here. That verse not going to be that good.
Definitely,
So how y'all feel about, I was told plenty of times that you can't be a producer if you don't know how to engineer. Like record and make beats. You know what I'm saying? Because that's putting the song together.
I do feel you on that.
But you can also guide someone.
That was another reason I learned how to engineer.
I don't think that's true though. Like I'm just learning how to engineer, but I know when a song sounds right. Like I know if this don't sound right, I'm like, nah, maybe something else, like a different melody. But like that definitely that makes sense too. But engineering, like another, I feel like it's another part that just adds to it. Like it makes better. Like it makes you stand out more if you're producing. You can engineer. Like you can get placements off of doing that, and that's what I learned too.
Right.
But I feel like engineering is hard. I won't say it's hard to learn, but you really got to focus on that, like because you just got to hear what sounds right to you.
Yeah,
like it's really
It's kind of like how I was thinking about it. It's like a CEO of a company isn't a marketing expert. They're not a finance expert. They're not this expert, but they're great at making decisions and trusting that people know what they're doing. So
leading projects, and stuff like that.
Like I don't have to know how to engineer to tell you, hey, this record to do that again.
It's always crazy to see like a major artist. Like I see it plenty of times sitting in front of the board recording themselves. Like I see that a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like engineering is like mandatory.
Yeah, you gotta know those skills without a doubt, definitely.
Yeah, I feel like you ain't gotta really learn how to mix, but if you know how to record yourself, then you straight because they got engineers for that. And
Kind of the same thing with mastering too. If you really think about it, if you could, like, it's not. No, I'm saying like this. It's like you got a crazy face, but it's like to be a producer, you don't also have to master your tracks. Like, why leave out mastering? Yeah, if you're gonna include engineering.
You don't need a master.
To be honest, like I don't even know the first step in mastering. Like, I hear mastering, I'm like
scared.
I don't know what is that, but I know about mixing. But
right.
Mm-hmm. So talk to us about so you just created this new website, right? Mm-hmm. And you know about the visuals, you know how to do videos, you know how to do Photoshop. You kind of have and you make dope beats. You have everything that you need to be an online producer. Mm-hmm. Well, why haven't you gone that route?
Well, first, like I didn't create my site, so I'm just give credit to Moves. They helped me with everything, like Easy Biz. They helped me, like they made the process so much easier. Like I've been working on the website for like a year and going back and forth from school and stuff, just getting ideas, just brainstorming with them with meetings. So they helped me out a lot. So shout out to them. But I feel like I started out making used to like what is it called? Reproduce beats.
Okay.
Like I do instrumentals,
remakes and stuff.
Yeah, I used to do that a little bit, and that like helped me learn how to make beats. But I just feel like I don't want my beats to be able to for people to just get it. Like that just loses the value. I feel like I want my stuff to be exclusive. I want to work with like who I want to work with because I put so much time into it, and I feel like if you didn't really put as much time as me as you, it's not meant for you, like the beat. Because everybody not gonna make the song a hit or make it fire. So I feel like I'm not gonna give everybody that chance to just disappoint me because I really take music serious. Like this is everything to me. Like I don't want like no half-ass stuff. I want everything to be as best as possible. Yeah. So I think quality is like really important.
What's your like ideal vision of like your career?
My career right now, I'm trying to just network and get connections. But in the future, I feel like I can see myself. I don't even know. Like I see myself doing everything, like videos with the music stuff. Like having a label. Yeah, I'm trying to get everything. Like just like how Soulja Boy doing things right now for real. Cause I looked up Soulja Boy like Bow Wow and Omarion. Like my generation, like they was
Soulja definitely started the wave for the online. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone used FL Studio and all that stuff.
Yeah, facts.
Definitely give him his credit there.
And like it's crazy just seeing like people ahead of you and like see how you kind of follow in their footsteps. Like I'm making beats now, but I'm kind of rapping too a little bit. It's just like producers really, they start making beats or they start rapping because they see that the artists don't really respect them as much. Yeah. Like, especially if it's like you're trying to work with a bigger artist. It's like you're just a regular producer to them. That's why like I like building people because they're gonna respect you more because you're giving them time, and time is precious.
That's a fact. So you say you rap now?
I ain't gonna say I'm a rapper, but I be messing with it. But I really do it to learn how to engineer so my beats is better. But I feel like I could probably go somewhere with it.
What is it? Well, how would you describe your sound as a rapper when you make songs?
My sound really is just what I be talking about is I be talking about some funny stuff. One of my songs called "Go Out." It's called "Go Out." So I'm just saying like I don't want to go out. I just want to make beats for most of the time. That's really like how it be. Like at school, I don't want to go out to the bars. I don't want nobody bothering me. I just want to make beats and just be alone. So I know a lot of producers feel that way too. I feel like a lot of producers like
introverted
homebodies.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
I don't really like being in the spotlight. That's too much. I don't like the mix. I just like being behind the scene, just making the beats, the work, the music.
You go ahead.
How is your perspective changed when it comes to making beats now that you're an art? Now that you have started to be more of an artist,
My perspective on making beats, I don't think it really.
or like your approach, maybe.
My approach, I don't think it really changed much. It's not like a hobby no more. It's like it's the real deal now. I'm taking it more serious. Like I feel like sometimes I feel like I overwork though. Sometimes I feel like it's not possible to overwork, but you can't drain yourself because producing is addicting. Just hearing like the final product, and you could do that all day and you just forget about everything else. But that's not good sometimes. Like you gotta balance. You gotta go outside, and like that's my whole life. Like I just really been producing. Like I won't do nothing else. Just sitting in the crib the whole time, just really going at it, just trying to learn. And now I see that, like, that kind of gives you anxiety, social anxiety, and all that. Like,
I know you had tweeted about that too.
Yeah,
talk to us about that.
Like, I never really knew what anxiety was. Like, I heard like the word anxiety, but until I forgot, I think it was Khalid. He spoke out about it, and I was like, dang, like this sound like me. And I did the research on it, and that definitely sound like something like I have, because even in school, like presentations, I get in front of everybody. It's like, yo, if I mess up, then it's over. Because I go to like mostly white school. It's like, dang, if I stutter, they gonna think I'm dumb. Right. That's how I think all the time. And like even walking to class, it's like everybody just be staring at me. It's just like they might be staring at me, or just like I feel like everybody just looking at me, especially now. Like I like the fame and whatever, but it definitely like it messes with you, the anxiety stuff. But
as you progress in the industry and you're meeting more people and you're adding more to your catalog and stuff, you think that's getting better or worse?
I think it's getting better because I know that I have like antisocial or like some social anxiety, but I'm still like trying things that make me better with it. Like I have like even like interviews, like I couldn't do this at all when I started, but I'm getting better, more comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Like I'm about to start talking to the youth about stuff because I know like being uncomfortable, that's gonna make you stronger. And
going outside your comfort zone and stuff. That's
what I'm trying to do. Like this year, like all my flaws, I'm trying to just attack them.
That's a healthy way to look at it.
Yeah,
I think I wanted to hit on something that you said. It's like about I went to pretty much an all white high school, and I definitely can relate when you feel like that pressure to make sure you don't mess up, especially if you're the only one in the full class. You're like, they already, you already got a side eye looking at me. Period.
That's how I feel all the time. Like, even when like sometimes even when I'll be walking, I feel like I'll change up my walks just because people be looking at me some type of way. But like, dang, I'm not walking right. And I be talking to myself in my head about things like right before they happen or something. Like talk myself through things. That's how I get through stuff.
Like if someone will make a comment earlier in the day, be like, yo, why are you wearing that hat? Or why are you wearing that shirt? You'll be thinking all day like, damn, why am I wearing this shirt?
I feel that. I definitely feel that.
Like that. And that comes with social media too. I feel like social media just gives everybody some type of anxiety. Like you might not know, but like because everybody's judging each other. So that's why I try to stay off of it a little bit.
And you think you're doing good till you go on and you see, oh, damn, bro just got a lamb truck. Bro's in Hawaii right now. What the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of the biggest problems when it comes to being like, I ain't gonna say being an entrepreneur or we in the age where everybody want to be successful, you know what I'm saying? Like you get on Instagram You seeing everybody, even though it might be somebody else shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it might
true.
be somebody else shit, you know, they might be flexing some cash and cars, but it might make you feel like, damn, I'm moving too slow.
Yeah,
but in reality, it's just like everybody got their own lane, their own pace. But looking at that'll make you like
want to rush the
go
process.
crazy mentally. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, no. Look at me. I'm in college. Like, I'm gonna say I don't know how to talk to the students, but it's like I'm just to myself so much that I don't even feel like talking to nobody. And like when people talk to me, like I'm nice, but like I'm just like I don't have patience. It's like I just want to be myself. I just always been like that, and I'm working on it though, cause I'm getting better with it. It's like an ongoing process, like through life. I feel like you gotta get through that.
Yeah.
So is there any way like you can cure like the anxiety? Like,
you ever smoked?
Yeah.
Oh, it ain't help?
It helped. Nah, actually,
I feel like it makes it worse for me.
Sometimes
Yeah, that make it worse.
Yeah, it just depends. You know what I'm saying?
especially like going to shows with like Boogie and just knowing like what could happen. That stuff always on my mind. Like I seen like shootings and like, people get stabbed. I'm like, dang, I don't like this. Like, it just make me not want to really leave.
Yeah.
Because you just know all the stuff that's going on in the world is like anything could happen.
Yeah, that's very true.
I think I saw your wristband, how it says Christ on it. I know one thing that's helped me with my anxiety too is like praying a lot and then just getting more involved with that and like being more confident in who I am with God and like reading scripture and stuff. That really helped me out a lot.
Facts. And like, that's a lot. Like, I used to play basketball, so I was fit. And like sometimes I get to you too.
Right.
Because I'm not as strong as I used to be. And you just look at yourself like, damn.
Yeah,
You feel like you weak and stuff?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I feel the same thing because when I used to wrestle, right, I was like 228, like just huge. And now I'm like, I remember at one point I dropped down to like 170 and I was looking like my head was twice the size of my body. And now it's like I'll look in the mirror and be like, dang, I remember back in high school, like one of them old dudes and be like, man, back in high school, I swear I was But it's like, you know, everyone got it's their own process. Who knows?
Yeah. So that stuff gets to you a lot. That's why I try to just close out social media. Just only use it to network and just do business, really.
Yeah. Sure. Don't put personal stuff on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause you never know. Cause I know there's a couple people I know personally that on their social media you would think they're balling, but I know like the real them, and it's like that's not who you really are. And that kind of helps me too. Is like I see how other people see because they'll come up and ask me like, "Yo, you see how he did this?" I'm like, "Well, that's not even." I just mind my business though.
But now, like people will say like, everyone posts their highlights. No one's gonna post their bad moments and stuff like that. So
like, bro, man, just
everyone's their own PR agent. They're only posting things that make them look lit. Hell yeah,
that's true.
The only pictures where they got the little crease in their arm. The best picture, like, bro, I think I got 2 abs in this picture. I'm gonna post this one.
Facts.
That's true. Tell us about your placement with Russ. And do you feel that he unfairly gets a bad name amongst producers because obviously it's kind of a minute ago too that all this happened, but definitely want to get your perspective on it as someone that's worked with bro.
Well, I didn't meet him or work in the studio with him. Like I was in A Boogie's house and I was playing like beats because P&B was there and like that beat he picked. And at first he was gonna have Kalani on it, but then he got Russ. And I think Russ, he like a great artist. He does everything, engineering, producing, all that. I respect him for that.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't understand why people really hate on him. Like like when he speak up, he being real. Like people don't like the truth, but they want the truth. I'd be like confused with that.
But so you think like there was some realness to what he said about producers, how they're kind of responsible for the whack music or something like that?
Not that. I don't agree with that because it's the artist's fault for choosing that beat, and then they did what they did to it. Because however the beat is, that if the artist chose it, then
that's what they wanted, right?
Yeah, that's what they wanted, and they got to carry the song or the beat.
Yeah.
So I don't agree with that, but some of the other stuff I agree with.
Nah, but bro, definitely dope for doing all aspects of it, from the beat making, the recording, to the mix and master and all that.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. That's really dedication.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's like, some Kanye type shit.
Yeah.
I definitely respect artists like that.
I wonder if it's the consumer really to blame, if you think about it. It's not because
the market is the market.
You know what I mean? Like the market, the demand is there for music that doesn't have a lot of substance. No matter how you can put out the greatest, most soulful music, but if the people don't want it, they don't want it.
That's true.
So
it kind of
like if all you're trying to do is this all day, you can't get too much soulful out of this.
Yeah, I feel like they're targeting just the young and talking to young dumb, because I feel like music is just dumbing down more.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Yeah.
But do you think that's driven by the people who are creating it or the people who are buying it, or maybe both?
I mean,
that's a good topic.
you got a different motive in music now. It's not even, you know what I'm saying? Like people that they rap about stuff they don't even do. It's a different motive in music, so you can't even really say. You know what I'm saying? Like people just want to get rich now. That's why they make music. You want to be famous.
They make music that good sounds like getting rich and getting famous.
Yeah, they make music not for it's not for a musical purpose. Like I do this as a passion. They just doing it to, you know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. So it's like
that's
both
definitely
sides.
People not making music because they love it. They see like the plus side, like the fame and the money.
Yeah,
and that's like dumbing down the music because it's not like true to you.
Yeah, that's what kids want to hear.
I feel what y'all saying, but at the same time, I feel like in 2019, there's all kinds of music out here right now. Yeah, it's just what you're looking for, what you're focusing on.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean.
I feel like that's mostly for like hip hop, rap.
Yeah, but I mean, even in hip hop and rap, there's plenty of lanes. There's plenty of different styles. Like you don't gotta just listen to Migos and 6ix9ine and you know what I mean, just crazy stuff. Like there's all kinds of artists out right now that are making the realest music to the just the party music, you know what I'm saying? So it's just.
Do you think that they get as much shine as the artists making the trash though?
How can you even find them?
No, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, just Spotify, YouTube. Like, I discover new artists. You guys don't discover new artists and stuff like that?
Yeah, of course.
Playlists and stuff.
I mean, like, it's
even lo-fi. Lo-fi, like, to us is real music or whatever.
I mean, who was saying like who frontlining? Like, but it's like really like having all the spotlight. Who you seeing on stage? You seeing like on the blogs and stuff every day. Like,
true.
Taking all the spotlight.
But that goes back to the market. Like if these blogs start posting stuff like that and they're not getting as much views, any business person would be like, oh, well, we got to cut back on that. We got to turn up on what people are viewing, what's getting most views, and that's just business.
I think it's hard it's just a weird balance because you can want to find all that soulful like music if you're really looking for it, but if all you know is X, Y, and Z, how am I gonna find these other people when it's like I'm trying to search?
You're not really gonna get fed.
It's like I'm trying to search through this category right here when really everything is over here, but I never even look over here because spotlight's right there.
We all choose who we follow on Instagram. We all choose what we type in on YouTube. So I mean, it's
true.
But that's like the media. They hold everything like. It's like it's a few certain people that like you're gonna see regardless if you follow them or not. If you like in that music world, and like most of the time people don't even gonna promote negativity because that's what like that's the entertainment. Like nobody want to hear good stuff really. Even though people want to hear good stuff, but it's not like that's not entertaining. So like I feel like the music that talk about the drugs and all that, that's what's gonna like be heard because that's just what the world want to hear. Like. They don't want to hear about, like, even with, like, different things that artists do, like, just, like, going out to help the homeless and all that stuff. Like, people don't, they want to see that, but it's, like, that's not what social media is, like, entertaining. They want to see, like, the fights and the controversy. That's what they want to see.
The beef.
We don't have they would have World Star fight compilations, but they don't have like World Star help the homeless compilation.
But now, how do you guys feel about that too? A lot of people are saying like, man, we need to stop that. Like,
fake
going up to homeless people with your camera out, only going for the camera, and you could be embarrassing these people. Right. I mean, they might not want to be on World Star or any Instagram page.
That's true.
You don't know whose mom, whose dad, whose son that is.
I didn't even think about it like that.
It is true. Like, you know what I mean? Like, imagine if you were down bad, like, you might not even be a crackhead. You could just
like, oh, shit, is that Carrington?
Yeah, you might just be
here go, bro.
Like, man, come on, bro.
Like, that nigga just hand you a McChicken for free and like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like,
and hand out some healthier food, man. You know, helping nobody.
That's true,
chicken.
Hook them up with some black beans, some kale, and stuff. Right.
But I mean, at the same time, at least, you know, I respect helping people.
Yeah, he's trying. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get into overrated, underrated here, man.
Okay.
Let's get it.
Yeah, so it's overrated, underrated. The first topic, garbage plates.
I think those is I mean, they underrated because only people in Rochester know about them.
Right.
Yeah. So please, y'all explain to me what a garbage plate is.
Well, tell what a plate is.
Garbage plate is like anything you want. To be honest, like sometimes they got macaroni and cheese. Then they got like burger on it. It's like just everything together.
So it's a food item.
Yeah. From like Tahoe's or Steve T's. It's basically like mac salad.
What is mac salad?
You don't know what mac salad is? Macaroni salad?
Like macaroni and cheese?
Is that a Rochester thing? You know mac salad?
Nah, I know what it is, but we don't call it that down here.
Yeah, what's
in
it?
Atlanta.
What is it,
Like
Jay?
some macaroni salad, like
macaroni salad.
But we don't really eat that like that. I don't. I mean,
it's like macaroni noodles with like tomatoes and like that stuff in it.
It's like creamy, like
like,
bro. It's macaroni salad, bro. Yeah, something like
potato
that.
salad.
It's like potato salad but with macaroni.
Okay, I might have seen it in public.
But I don't really fuck with mac salad. I usually get like double fries. So you get like mac salad with home fries. So it's like half mac salad, half home fries. Then you got like 2 burger patties on top, or 2 hot dogs, or sausage. And then it's like this meat hot sauce, which I think is really just a Rochester thing again too. Pause. It's like hamburger hot sauce. You know what I'm saying? So and it's like then you just dump that over everything. And then you put ketchup, onions, and stuff, and then you just kind of just eat it all. It's like a big garbage. Like
I see why they call it a garbage plate.
Yeah.
It's not something you eat like every day though. It's like that.
Oh yeah,
like once in a
while.
while.
Like some man versus food type stuff.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Garbage plate. All right, I'm gonna have to go home and be like, yo, I'm about to make some mac salad
You're not
tonight.
Get one down here.
Mac salad. All right, well,
don't eat no mac salad, bro.
All right, I'm not gonna go all of these ones, but when I was making them, right, I thought when I hear New York, I'm thinking you in the city. Mm-hmm. So I'm just gonna ask this one. It's not necessarily overrated, underrated, but Chicago pizza versus New York style pizza.
I've never been to Chicago, so
y'all never had the deep dish. I ain't never had it, but
I think I had one, but I don't know if it was authentic Chicago.
No.
Yeah.
All right, overrated, underrated, New York style pizza.
I don't even get pizza from New York City like that, but
you never had a New York slice?
I have, but it's not. I don't have it that much. Like once or twice, but it was good. It was like $1 for some big old slice.
Right.
So
neutral.
All right.
But yeah.
All right. So another topic: overrated, underrated. This was kind of another versus one, but I put gross beat versus Serato sampler.
I haven't even tried Serato sampler, but I heard that it's fire.
Oh, okay.
But wait, those are 2 separate things.
It's 2 different things, right?
That's like saying, what's better?
You mean like
I'm thinking of
a bike or a hamburger.
I was thinking of Slicex and Serato, like Slicex and Serato. Yeah, not gross beat. Which is better, like
I like Slicex though.
Oh, okay. So you never used Serato before?
Nah.
That's an L.
You like it?
No, I saw him using it the other day, and it looked pretty fire.
Gotta try that.
All right, well, I'll just do overrated, underrated, gross beat.
Feel like it's overrated because people they just use the halftime. I feel like people don't try other things on it.
Yeah,
that's why. But other than that, like if you really take the time to mess with the knobs and stuff, you can create something new.
Yeah,
but people don't really take the time. They just get that one preset. It's over.
I said Serato versus gross beat. All right,
cut this.
Overrated, underrated, the Super Bowl.
Overrated. I mean, to be honest with me, sports, I don't even watch sports no more because I feel like, especially like professional, it's like rigged. You already know what teams is going to be in the finals. But like college, I like college better because it's like more competition and you just don't know like who's going to win. Like the no seed could be number 1. Like, so like.
Is that about it?
Oh yeah, this last one, I thought this was a cool one. Overrated, underrated. 'Cause I know I got my personal feelings on it. Overrated, underrated, college.
I think it's overrated. Even though like it is important, it's just like they're not teaching us how to be successful, like with things we're interested in. They're giving us the same knowledge about things. Like every year, people just learn the same things. Like nobody want to learn about. Like we want to learn about history. Like that's not gonna make us successful. Like you should be preparing us for like how to do business outside of like college. Like they have business like majors and stuff, but I feel like it should be mostly like around that type of idea. Like,
Yeah.
you go to college for your interests and try to just do what you can do from that. Because I feel like it's just watered down. Like, they charge so much, and I feel like they're not even updating their material. Like, the same books, the same textbooks, they just hand me down.
Textbooks.
They just throwing us everything that they had before. Like, here, $300, $500. That's why I ain't pay for textbooks no more. Because like, nobody trying to pay for that. And then even if you rent it, sometimes it's like $300. And at the end of the year or the semester, you give it back, and either they don't want it, or it's like gonna be like $5.
Right.
It's like,
or they make it where you need the updated version.
Yeah,
something like that.
That's too much.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather just
text, man.
Try to find something on the internet about it.
Textbook.
Yeah.
Why you playing, bro?
You playing?
They need that.
American History PDF.
That's what they need to crack. They need to start cracking FL. They need to crack.
They got those PDF
textbooks.
files. They got the PDF.
Yo, yeah.
Well,
You got the books out there. The books is on
I
there.
definitely believe it. Shoot, man, we appreciate you pulling up, bro.
Thank you for having me. It was a good interview. I love this. Get me better. I love this interview for real.
Already, bro. Definitely got a lot out of it, man.
Appreciate it, bro.
Another dope episode, man. Signing out.